for going through a list, add a list of numbers to total. We start, so now that we're done with the loop, we have added each number in the list. We're going to print our total. So this pseudocode, it just says, if number more than 0, print it's positive, else print it's less than 0. I'm just going to change that to print the total. Print total is, comma, total, like that. Here they're using the word print. Our book used the term output. Okay, that's cool. I don't care which word you use. Like that, right? And then stop, because we're done. So that is pseudocode for adding a list of numbers to a total. And if you're getting the idea that it's kind of loosey-goosey and you can, do it in more than one way, that's absolutely true. As long as it makes sense, you could give it to a programmer, and they could write it in the language of their choice. And since the logic has already been all specified here, they don't have to think hard about how to write the program. They could probably do it in 2 minutes. You'll be able to do that after not too long. Might take you more than 2 minutes because you're not used to typing it and you'd have syntax errors and stuff like that, but you can do it quickly. So at certain points in the program, in the class, I'm going to give you pseudocode and ask you to turn it into programming code. We could do that right now. You won't know what all the commands that I'm using in Python are, but at least it'd keep us awake. So why don't we pop open Python? So load up idle. IDLE. I never did doc idle down here, did I? I'm going to right click on it and pin this program to taskbar. Alright, never write your program into this thing that says Python 3.6.1. This is a shell. It's not where you write your programs. Always do file new. So file new. I'm going to try to get this on the screen at the same time as my notepad is, if I can do that. I like that feature in Windows. If you grab a window and you slam it against the side, it kind of puts it there. Alrighty. So, I put my name up at the top of it. I put the date. And when I say I would, please do that at the top of every program you submit to me. And what does this program do? Program to add or to get the total of a list of numbers. Now, is there a start word in Python? No. So we don't need to start indenting everything. So I'm not going to indent. Now set total to 0. I'm just going to say total is equal to 0. Get list of numbers. Well, we could do that in a couple of different ways. We could ask the user for a list of numbers and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm just going to create a list and do this. List. Well, I'm not liking the fact that it turned it purple. Why? Because if it's purple, that means it's a keyword, and we shouldn't use that as a variable name. Total is our variable, so I'm going to just put a comment right here. You don't have to type it, and I just want you to remember that a variable is something that has a name that we store value in. I need to pick a better name for list than just the word list. Maybe I'll call it data. Or I could call it list of numbers, but that's a lot of typing. And I wouldn't be able to put spaces in it, so I'd have to put underscores or do something else. So data is equal to, and this is how you make a list in Python. You use square brackets, which are way over there next to the P key. Not the curly braces, which is shift of the brackets, just the square brackets. Now let's put in some numbers. All right, maybe y'all know that song, Jenny Jenny. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. I don't care what numbers you type in there. So we've gotten our list of numbers. Loop through each number in the list. Now we're going to use a special kind of syntax called a for loop to make it easy, because I could type it. Do you know what a for loop is yet? Maybe not, but that's probably not. That's why you're in here. So for number, for space number, space in, the word in, range, nope, not the word range, for number in data, and I'm going to put a comment there because that's kind of cryptic. What are we doing here? We're looping through list of numbers. Now we're going to have some statements that are indented under the for loop, right? Just like we had in our pseudocode. So add each number to total. Cool, we can do that. But this is going to be indented. So make sure that you hit the tab under the for number if it's not already tabbed. Total equals total plus number. And let's print out the number that we just added. Print adding, okay, wait, I did not read out all the punctuation. Print parentheses, quote, could be a single quote, could be a double quote, whichever you like. And then the word adding, and then end quote, so it's just another quote sign, and then a comma. I'm putting spaces where you don't have to. And then the word number, and followed by a end parentheses, closing parentheses. Now that's the end of our loop. So now we're going to print out our total. Last line of our program, because we're not going to put in a stop. We might put a done message at the bottom if we feel like it. So print parentheses, quote, total, in parentheses, comma, and then the variable, total. Maybe I'll make that a little less terse. I'm going to change just that word total to the total of the list is. How about that? And then, although it's not in my pseudocode, I'm going to go ahead and add an input statement at the bottom to cause it to pause. So if we launched it from Windows by clicking on the icon, then it wouldn't close it before we got to see the output. So input, parentheses, quote, press enter. Just that. That's good enough. End parentheses, or end quote, end parentheses. Now we need to save our program. Was this text large enough for everybody to see? Should I have made it a little bit larger for you guys in the back? Alrighty? Okay. If you ever need me to crank up the size, wave your hand and let me know. Alright, so File, Save As, and make sure you put it in, not down here in the guts, not in Program Files 86, Python's 3662, but in your folder that you've made for this class, CIT 1193. I'm just going to call this one jan31.py. You could give it a different name, like sum or total or something like that, but jan31 is good enough. Alrighty, I'm going to run it now and see if there are any syntax errors. I think I'm going to put a deliberate syntax error in mine. Don't do that. Don't put a deliberate one, but I'm just going to show you. Alright, source must be saved. Okay. Alrighty, invalid syntax. Now it's showing the error here. But is that where the error really is? No, the error is that I took out a colon at the end of the word data. So you just have to kind of figure out what's missing. And you'll get good at that. At the beginning, it may be difficult, and that's why I do the walkabout, to make sure that it works for everybody. Okay, So then, run module, and it's adding 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, and 9, and the total of that list is 38. All right, before I do my walkabout, I'm going to create a Dropbox so that if you did get it to work without needing me to come edit it with you, that you can upload it. But then I'll walk around and make sure that everybody gets it okay. Right, that one goes into homework 0, the quiz. All right, if you got it working, there's a Dropbox now. It's Dropbox B. It says B January 30, except it's not January 30, is it? It's January 31. Go ahead and upload it, and you're done. And I'll see y'all next week. Do finish Chapter 1, reading Chapter 1, because we're going to hit Chapter 2 on Monday. So I'll expect y'all to have finished reading it. And then the homework assignment for Chapter 1 will be posted in MindTap, and so I'll make sure that that's really clear how to find it. All right, let me wander around. Anybody got syntax errors? Let me help you out. Got it working? Cool deal. Gonna need a parentheses after that word total. Yep. All the way at the end. Oh, that's interesting. Show me what it looks like when it ran. No, so it didn't run correctly. Take that parentheses out before the comma and put it in. Yeah, it was a hard start. So you see that comma, get rid of that parentheses there. Backspace over it. Yep. It's just like that. These numbers represent. And put it as B. Now let's give it a shot. Alrighty. Read it is not fine. That's because you capitalized it here and you didn't capitalize it here. So make them match. Make that a lowercase b or make that an uppercase b, however you want to fix it. Got it? Right. Refresh your assignments folder and go ahead and upload that if you want. That's a good deal. Alright, those is not fine. There's me. That's the same. Okay. That one, that one. Yep. All right, good deal.
And I was literally about to click submit.
It's okay to use apostrophes, but I use the same one. Yes, sir. Well, is it called,
Yeah, it's just loose in the end.
No, parentheses and I was thinking.
just make sure that the title of it's the same, and if it's called MindTap, or if it said that it came with MindTap.
It's just a generic key card.
Okay, okay. Then I bet you got the right one, and I apologize for the guys bending. Where did you get it from? The bookstore? Okay, I'll work that out. I'm sure that they had the right one, so
Okay.
go ahead and activate it.
If anything, since we have cell phone numbers, since I didn't bring it, I was gonna snap a picture.
Yeah, that'll
If
work.
you wouldn't mind.
Sure, go ahead and text it to me, but then you'll be able to go into MindTap. So I'm sure
I
it'll
just
work.
wanted to make sure in case I
Yeah.
needed to return it. They're like, well, you already activated.
You already
it. So
activated it. You
well,
can't
it's
get your money
$80
back.
because I had to.
Right.
I went out there, And they told me it was going to be 1 day delivery, but it took 2-3 days. I finally looked there and said, "What's going on?"
Okay.
They had
Since
told
they
me,
didn't have it, do text it to me. Make absolutely
yeah,
sure. Okay.
they ordered me the book, charged me the 220 something, and then they said, "No, wait, you needed this," and which was only $80. And I figured, well, I already made one mistake once. What's
Yeah,
to,
be careful. Yeah.
It
It should be
it's-
80, so you're good to go. Right.
Okay. Thank
It
you.
wasn't a physical book, was there? It's just
No,
one tab.
that's correct. That's correct. Right.
Yeah, I'm about to have some thing. You could quick refresh. Trying to have trouble.
All right. So 1010 is 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. That's good to go. 4 plus 1 is 5.
I thought you had more to it.
Well, then put that parentheses 10 after it. And then 8 plus 4 is 12.
Yeah, 12. My bad. It's pretty sure rather than harder to see.
Yeah. Equal 12. And what are we going to put after the 12?
10.
Yeah, that parentheses 10. Just to show it's base 10. That's cool. Down here, 256 plus 16 plus. Okay. 273. Show the calculations. So 10 times that plus. See, I can't do this in my head. So I'd recommend. Okay, looks like you got it. Well, should be 256 plus 1, so 2561. But as long as you got this part right, I'd actually give you credit. That's just a math error. So go ahead and make it 2561. And it's okay without a calculator to do the math. Yeah, 2561. And then lastly, again, we would have to whip out the calculator for that. 256 plus another 116. Gosh, I can't do that. Go find a calculator or use your phone. Type in count. So 256 times 10. No, it's not times 10. Sorry, it was 1 times 256, so just plus.
So 256 plus.
Yeah. Plus, and what's 10 times 16, so that's 160.
You said 10 times 16.
Yeah, 10 times 16. I'm not sure that that's going to work. Well, we probably should have done it in our hands. This is a real primitive calculator. Let's clear all that and do it again. Yeah, hit that C button. I'm kind of worried that it didn't completely clear it. Okay, so 256 plus 10 times 16 is 160. So we just do 160.
160.
Yeah. Plus, what was the last one? An F. And F is a 15, so plus a 15. All right. That's good. So 431. And like I said, if you didn't do the math right, as long as you had the description of what the math should be, you'll get credit.
Yeah, I need to work on that. I kind of get it, but not like that.
Yeah, you might practice a couple times more. So look at the notes we uploaded last Wednesday because we did more examples there, I'm pretty sure.
You said, well, you turned our paper assignment out that we just did together?
Yeah, do a save and then upload it into the Dropbox for homework 0.
No, I'm talking about the Jan 31.
That's the program we wrote.
Yeah, so where you want to put that at?
So upload Jan 31 into, yeah, if you refresh your Dropbox, you'll see a B. So even though the hexadecimal one is under the homework folder, we just did it in class. It'll help people out get homework credit as well.